semis matchups. They're both basically unlocked to get into bracket play. As we see potential finals matchup, see how we go. Canada going downwind. Beaudry with the disc. She's been a cannon of their offense so far. There's a reset to Thompson. Back to Beaudry. And she shoots long early. She's got Norton under the disc. Unable to reel that one in. Perhaps early game jitters. USA with an opportunity to break up wind here.
Okay, and with USA with the disc, I'm really excited to see how they work it. Nice safe handling at the moment. Making a good motion upfield. There is some people options long, but they choose the safer one. Here we go with the long one now. Can they reel it in? Speedy Canadian defense there.
Incredible athletic bringing the disc up here. Fresh off a national championship with the Toronto Sixers. Finds Truong around. Patient with the disc on the sideline. Looks inside. Oh, and that's eaten up by Douglas.
Fantastic D, heads up D there by the USA. Solid movement. They've got options there just with the handlers moving it around, but the Canadian defense is really tight. Okay, and US
coaching challenge to be sure. It's Canada. Sends out the same line, looking to go upwind. Gineste with a disc. Looks in 5. Looks at the long shot. Truong playing it safe. Back to Gineste. Goes wide. Finds more Silla. Doesn't look for Gineste at line. Goes back in the middle to Beaudry. Beaudry's got Gineste on the under. Finds Thompson on the around. Thompson loses the footing. Holds onto the disc. It's much more important. Well, she looks inside. On the USA.
Frisbee. Oh, that Canadian defense was really strong, putting pressure on the catch there. Oh, it's pretty windy today. You can see the disc bouncing up and down as they throw. They're making it look solid, but it is difficult conditions for the throwers. Oh, and big open through the middle there. That was beautiful setup for the downfield play. Oh, tricked the Canadian defender. Reset. Let's see, do you reckon they're going to get...
Usually not a problem between these two teams here, but displaying exemplary spirit. As that throw just goes into the turf there, squeezing that break around.
That was a good opportunity for the USA. Miss, let's now see if Canada can capitalise.
Absolutely. Truong going up the other way here. Stabilising with the disc. Beaudry dancing around, can't get out there. Truong back with the disc. Looks long, she's got Beaudry.
Long options going. Offering long, but opting for the safer inside out there. Another big, beautiful cut from deep for the US, straight through the middle. Solid hands. Looking good, the end zone's almost there. Oh, she's so tall. Oh, is that too big? A little bit too big.
Yeah, but they're going to need this or they're going to equalise. Beaudry going up the line. That's a floaty disc. Reeled in nicely. She's got Norton on the other end. Chooses not to send it. Probably a wise option given the defense around there. Oh, looks for Gineste back at the reset. But that's an incredible D from Angela Zhu. Chasing rules, the most beautiful part of our game here. It's an interesting distinction to note that the pick rule is different under USAU, but because we're here at a world event, that's not how it works. As Norton receives a great disc from Beaudry, moved it up the field there. When Canada knocking on the door of an upwinder here. Motzilla with a disc, taking her time, and she finds Thompson for the upwind. Hatch comes up, and it's fielded by the US.
A beautiful pull into the middle of the back of the end zone there. That puts a lot of pressure on from the first pass, and the second pass indeed actually goes straight up.
It's coming left to right, but also slightly towards us. As we can see, Chen Lin picking up the disc here. Looking for Hatch in the corner there. Oh, and the captain gets it done. A nice little hop. Working through the same structures. Similar issues faced with the US, Australia, large nations. As the UF is off, going downfield.
Yeah, you can see the difference in the wind there. That pull barely made it to halfway. And it's not a difference necessarily in the skill of the players, it's just how strong the wind is downfield. Previous point, you saw just how important a really strong pull can be, putting a lot of pressure from the beginning. Oh, and now one goes up from the US. That looks like it's solid, yes.
On ahead, rather than sailing too far. Thompson fields a disc, finds Beaudry. Beaudry goes around, finds Strong with a disc here. Off the initiation counter, with the patience, finds Motzilla. Finds Genest. Oh, and that's a huge foot block. Angela's getting in front, getting that turn.
And with a great first pass to open up the play. USA scrambling to get downfield after that defense. That was very sweet foot block. Oh, good Canadian defensive pressure then. Oh, forcing the turn. That was catchable but difficult. Put on by the Canadian defense, putting a lot of pressure on the handlers.
Canadian handlers giving a bit of bobble themselves. Taking a bit of time here. Genest finding Thompson. Genest marked by Zhu. Oh, and she floats it over the top, and that's looks all right though.
And off we go. Oh no, and the first pass, a dump that should probably have not been quite so difficult, getting fumbled in the end zone.
Yeah, that one, we expect that completions here. They won't be happy with that one, and Canada looking for an efficient punish here. I'm calling an inside flick. On around break that's set up. Oh, and she's wheeled it.
Long jog to get to where the pull landed this time. They're doing a bit of a side stack, so attacking from one side of the field onwards. But Canada's putting a bit of a poachy thing on the handlers there, so trying to push them backwards, and so far successful. Okay, but now we got it through the middle. Nice little passes, fast movement. It's a good way to break up any type of zoney defense. Oh, good layout to make sure that she had that under some defensive pressure. Looking for a dump who isn't quite there yet. Here it goes. Oh, and way to lean over the way to the brick mark this time and beyond.
Indeed, these players are working out the wind here. Beaudry fielding finds Thompson. Goes around to Truong. Well, she's got to play along. Elects not to do it. Goes the safe back to Thompson. It's all about possession. Thompson finds Norton in the middle. Oh, and just out of the hands again. USA with a chance to go upwind.
And Ella Hansen picking up the disc there for the USA. Strick collecting it. Good solid catches. Zhu again with the disc. She's been playing really well so far this game. Ooh, up in the air and brought down
by Thompson in the middle of the end zone. Finds Genest. Finds Captain Jack in the center here. Controlling. Back to Thompson. Looks off her undercutters. Goes to Genest. It's a difficult catch. You can see that even these short passes are blustery. Beaudry's cutting laps out the back. So that one floats up. And it's not able to red. Canada yields a short field turn to the US.
Then that's Carolyn Normal picking that disc up. Looking good, getting it through. And
so it's all mental here. They're going to take the right options. Do what they can in the moment here. As Canada executes a flood play. Beaudry finds Truong. Looks in the middle. Valencerina with a disc. Thompson with a disc. Goes back around. Beaudry there. Thompson. Taking the time here. Looks around. Oh, and that's an incredible athletic bid.
The US is setting up with most people short. And then to get around this zone defense, moving the disc horizontally in the end zone. Got some solid handlers then, and then just a really nice cut up the line. Ooh, but that's going to be hard to chase down. Indeed, it is missed. Really good try there by Landry to get there as fast as she possibly could, but just couldn't quite cover the distance.
Absolutely. Always giving it all in this game as Canada goes the other way. Norton with the disc here. Working really well here. That's Chan Liam providing some stability. Oh, looks for Beaudry around. Thompson's there anyway. Oh, high back and around. Takes time. Looking for our players here. Canada needing patience here. Beaudry marked tight.
Of the defender there. Interesting option, didn't pay off this time. Okay. So Howard Elkarim back with the disc, picking up for the first initiation from the USA. Back to Verzu. Interestingly, this is actually apparently one of her first games for this tournament. She's been recovering from a stress fracture and has been resting her foot for much of the time. But here she goes into the end zone though. It's a big floater and she gets it. Huge.
Listening to the players on the team to say, like, yes, it was a great defensive effort, but I saw that she had the disc and she had control of it. It'll be uncontested strip. Just coming back in with Sue on the end zone line here. Finds Tingle there. Great patience here. Finds Lewis under pressure. Back to Tingle on the line there. Looks up. That's Sue back in the middle. Tam, oops, sorry. Lewis, wide to Sue now. Hatch, Canada moving confidently up the guts. Lewis. Now flat out here, Tingle with the disc on the sideline there. USA playing a forced middle at the moment. You can hear the calls of home and away changing as they find a block on miscommunication and they're going the other way.
Normal with the disc there. Ooh, and here goes up the big one. Woohoo!
It's valuable, it's the best part of the sport. Just like that pool, it was really good today. All right, Canada, bit of fumbles, bit of inconsistency there, but Beaudry with a great grab, going downwind. Looking a lot more confident here, happy to hit the turf. Mott with the disc, goes around to Thompson, finds Norton, she's got to play it deep. Elects not to throw. Have to break the mark for that one. There we go. Moving it through the middle of the field. Truong. Oh, nice curly around. She's got Thompson on the other end, and they're knocking on the door here, Canada. And that's a great flip against these elite teams.
Yeah, it's such a mental game, and so many times you see someone getting heads down unnecessarily. So USA back with the Frisbee now. That was Shu starting with it. She's their main D-line handler. And that is Wild and Woolly, but it could be cleaned. Yes! Great pickup. That was by Curtis from the US team. Not intended for her, but she had eyes open. Whoa, and great defense from the Canadians there.
Absolutely, coming in through, using her athleticism. Just got to get that block, Chan. Can't get enough. She sniffed that cheese. Get that block. Canada with about half the field to go, and they shoot long straight away. Tingle's on the end of this one. She's in position. Oh, and there's a great grab. Canada's gone upwind. That's
nicely stopped by the US handler there. Straight to Zhu, and then onto Verzu. Clean up the line. Nice work by the handlers. And it's up. Canadian defender, but it's cleanable. No.
perhaps disintegrated. Everything around her with a force as she came through there. Lewis with a disc here. Finds Norton open on the under there. Back to Lewis as they're generating here. Lewis looks through the middle, finds Truong. She's got to play it deep, does Lex not to take the shot. Looks in the middle, finds Captain Hatch. She's got to play along and she shot it. Dewitt's called from the sideline. She sent it beautifully. Norton on the end. Oh, there's great patience here. Don't bite there, Truong. And looks like there's a pick called. A lot of players in a small area. Definitely a good time for a double bicep. Looking to calm down here. They're going to put this one in. This is a crucial score for them. There's Tam in the dump. Gets it there. Looking for a break. Hatch out the front. Can the veteran put it in? She's got Lewis around the front. They're inching it to in. And that's a defensive sets. Let's see what the Canadian defense can bring.
So the US is off with it. Had Henkin and Normal. Oh!
And that's an early costly turn, giving Canada about half a field to work with to go up with and level the scores here. Lewis picking up the disc. He's got to play it deep. Elects not to throw that one. Takes the time, finds Hatch on the unders, generating so much as she shoots inside. Oh, and that one's cleverly read, picked off by Landry.
That was really good heads-up D. That inside-out was sometimes a difficult throw if you've got the defenders that tight. Now we've got Norma with the disc, starting. Bit of a break to get it around, to initiate. Oh, and that was just out of reach of Nung.
USA going downwind, looking for a closing window there, giving Kent another chance here. Sue with the disc. Oh, looks for a big backhand. And just out of the hands of Morcillo. That one was coming in hot.
That was good pressure on defense, but she could complete defense to be able to get that one.
Sue with the disc. On the sideline here, needing a break to get out. And she's done it. She's found Chan Lim. Taking her time. Lewis on the outside. Takes her time. Lewis off Hatch. Oh, and that's an incredible bid coming through. Landry getting it done.
Great bid. That was coming from right behind the player on defense there. Oh!
Amazing bid. It is absolutely blowing a gale. Sue picks it up, finds an amazing inside. It's just off the hands of Chan Lim under intense pressure. And USA going downwind.
Henkin starts it quickly. Quick movement from the US. Way to take advantage of that that turn. Dumping out. Here's it's up. Don't go. Wow. That
Western Australia, come visit. USA going downwind here.
USA with the disc. Straight back to Shu. She was the Callahan winner in the USA, top college player of the year last year. Abramovich gets it back over the top. And a big one. That one could be difficult. Oh, what an amazing bid. Oh, with that tiny little bit of frustration.
Tough time, but Beaudry with the disc. Calm as ever. Canada look to a flood play. Mozilla coming under here. Back to Beaudry on the sideline. She's moving it way across the field there. Cantal with the disc goes wide. Norton there. Inside. Genest. Around. Off the hands of Beaudry, and that's eaten up by the USA defense.
Great clean-up work there by the USA defense. It was still up in the air even after the D, and that was a big hug from Hansen. It's in the air. It's floating high. Kramer's under it. And a crowd of people in the end, but...
Looking at her vertical stack, she's got a player off deep. Oh, and she shot it long. Oh, and that's brilliantly read. Lindsay Sue coming in there. You could see her sort of hanging off the back there, wary of this downwind shot. Able to get in there and get that block. Great defense here.
Sue playing excellent heads-up D there. She was the one who was holding deep end, but we've got to turn straight away. US tries to put it long into the wind and doesn't quite connect.
Yeah, they definitely had a player free deep there, and good attempt to abuse that unmarked, but wind's tough.
You can see Sue there hanging out deep, waiting for any cuts deep, just like she did in the previous point where she successfully got the D, or previous play of this point, rather.
Absolutely. Beaudry looking long. She's got Norton off the back. No defense hanging around. Oh, she goes early. Oh, couldn't quite reel that one in. Great defensive block.
Fantastic cleanup by Douglas there. That again was one of those. It was still floating. It could have been caught. Now the USA on offense. Passing through to Kramer with a big long one. Oh, what a bid! Really good form. Got a full hand to.
Might have broken a few of her fingers on that. Beaudry, Genest. Great position here. Finds Beaudry. Players screaming deep. Oh, and just coming in hot with that one. Woo! Off like a frog on a sock, jumps in the lane there and gets that block. USA going upwind.
Getting horizontal Gilbert there. That was beautiful work. In the position for the big swing. Doesn't get it. Oh, that looked like there may have been some contact on the... Safe dump play. And a big swing, but on defense...
Incredible work by Norton, putting a lot of pressure on there. This Norton-Verju matchup is proving to be an absolute cracker. Two of the biggest athletes taking some of the biggest grabs, putting incredible pressure on each other. Thompson over the top, finds Genest. Oh, she looks at that big one. She's got Norton out the back. Takes the inside to Cantal. Looks back to Beaudry. Well marked in the dump space. has to shoot a Hail Mary out. And it's reeled in by the defense.
Cleaned up. Really struggling to get all the way to the end zone here. Oh, and there's, oh my goodness, that was a really, really lucky clean up there from the USA. Had a couple of options there, a couple of bids on it. Now we've got Douglas with the Frisbee. She's already had 3 assists this game. Playing really well.
How are you feeling about Perth and where you've been so far?
Yeah, not exactly sure what. Oh, there's been another call. This one was, as far as I can tell. And it goes straight up to the big receiver, but the Canadian defense
Of the game, they're both key receivers for their teams, so if they can close each other out, it'll be a massive change.
You can see the USA defense there started out with their one player deep as they were playing before, but the Canadians cleverly commented that by having players go up the completely other side of the field deep, so she couldn't cover it and had to come in on defense.
And absolutely, the USA defense is reading the Canadian offense quite well. They're moving sideways, but then looking for those up lines again. Not seeing the USA defender coming out into the lane, and Douglas getting the block as they go back up the other way.
Great gatherer, that nice dump swinging around the play there. And looks like it's going up. Very pretty, that throw out. It was around a mark. Ooh, and that one's big.
Oh, put that one into traffic. Not signaling anything, just hunting for a blind block. As you got, Canada's got players free deep. Non's coming under. Back to Thompson, she's the cannon here. USA keeping a defender deep, but Non's off to the races. This one's sailing long. Just not enough on that throw.
Odelkarim bringing it in and immediately punts it. Vazoo's under it, but and managed to gather a great disc under pressure there. Oh, timeout.
Knocking on the door of an upwind score here.
Vazoo brings it in, immediately gets it moving with the other handlers. Douglas again with it, a big assister. And, ooh, that one's a bit high. Can she reel it in?
This one a nice floater, not much edge on it. Well collected. Tam, Spirit Captain, moves it up. Finds Hatch in the middle there. USA still opting for this forced middle in this tight man defense. Goes to Chan, goes up line, finds Tingle, attempts to hop it in, but she had a foot down outside first, and they're very close outside the end zone here. A lot of players in a tiny space, they need to be patient. And thinking about the next throw, Lewis can't quite reel that one in.
Just got a little bit too cramped there. Such a great opportunity. Oh, and it's up straight away. Contested, but it's going to go too long. That's what you get with some downwind.
The disc. Tingles off deep, but that's an aggressive shot. Chan finds the under. This wind's picking up now. Hatch takes it under pressure from Zoo. Shoots long. She's got Mott on the end of it there. Wasn't quite ready for that one. Was coming over the other shoulder. Couldn't quite have a bit at it.
Normal now picking up the disc. Straight to Shu. Big open pass. Lots of space down the field here. Trope taking the catch. Young player here, 18 years old, playing spectacularly well. Definitely a superstar of the future. Way to make space. Moving it to the other side of the field. Strick now with the disc with no mark on. All the time in the world. Still moves the disc back to the handlers. There's an opportunity. Dumps, safe play. Good mature play from USA. Looks like they're regathering and getting themselves into position, ready to open up more space. And a big one goes up. Trope. Oh no!
Nice around break, but can't make that one sit in the wind. Got to get wider. Got to put a lock cut. A first-year college player knows that one, and Canadian defender read that well. USA, double coverage on this undercut. Hatch, free in the lane. Back to Chen Lim on the sideline here. Lewis going up line. Goes around to Hatch, and it's just out of the... Big flick over the stack.
Unnecessary. Up to Canada.
Beaudry fields. Janest in the center. Out to Beaudry. USA still playing this same match defense here. Valencia with a disc. Looks around. Finds Beaudry open there. Oh, looks for the Ginesta in the middle there. That's a common connection, but they've been punished here. USA absolutely off to the races. Looking for that goal, and that...
Big pull from the US. A little bit of a roll.
Fielded by Lewis here. And here we go. This is a different USA defense here. They've come down in a zone defense. 4 players all around the disc, putting a lot of pressure on the thrower, and 3 players spaced out behind there, looking to eat up those long shots. Canada, no options around the cup here. Only out. Smart move by the USA here. Canada's played against the same defense a number of times, moved and worked, and just before they get an opportunity to work out what's going on, change up the defense here. Canada scootering around, moving it up the field. Ginesta in the center here. Finds Tam. Back to Tam. Lewis. Wide to Mott. Needing patience here. A nice flip over the top. USA defender incoming. Oh, and that's tipped. And then she's coming in there. It looks like the Team Canada facing down the zone defense. Sue shoots long. Oh, it's read by Zhu. Not reeled in.
Great defense from Zhu, who immediately picks it up and goes in the other direction. And it looks like it's good. That was a great put. Still not quite in the end zone, though. Dallin with it. Now, good movement just to recycle. So Awadel Karim looking for her dump options. Someone comes back and straight over, and
Canada stabilizing here. Thompson finds Beaudry. Canada working out of a split stack, and that one's just pushed down. It's a sad looks on Canada and knocked into the USA, and then impeded her ability to go for that second grab again. So we'll resolve that. USA attacking fast upwind here.
Verzu, Trope, straight to Landry, and ace the end zone.
Chan Lim surveying her options. She shoots long, and that one's dying in the wind quickly. USA looking to go the other way. Oh, that's a huge bid. Hatch coming in. Captain leading from the front, never saying die. Doing what needs to be done. Sue picking up the disc here. Just pop that one up. Right. Fairly read by Birch. Hatch under that one, but it's
Rough stuff there with that, with discs difficult. Hansen now with the disc, straight over the top to her. Completely open Knowles in the middle, who immediately puts it up. It's a contest, and
done a little bit too much. Sue with the disc here. Bingle floating around in space, but there's a post defender here, and the shot comes up again. She's looked off Chandler and a dump a couple of...
Excellent roll for Canada there. Runzo with the frisbee to start, and it goes straight up in the air. A lot of shots in this point, but this...
Or becoming out. Lewis is surveying her options here. She hasn't got a lot. She bounces that one, gets to Hatch. Hatch goes wide. She's got Sue there. Sue taking time to read it and making sure of it. Looks to shoot long. She's got Bingle deep. Bingle not coming under far enough, not opening that space up deep enough before turning long.
3 US defenders there, and Hansen does the cleanup work. Okay, US on offense, just getting themselves set up, a few handler passes to initiate the play. We are on game point. If this goes good, but here we are, back in for the Canadians.
Lewis with the disc, looking around, find Chan Lim up the line there, bounces that one nicely, it's touched, but Tingle manages to pull that one in. Oh, and she shoots around looking for the goal, and
then in, walking it up, quickly moving it, straight to Zhu. And some clean space there for the US offense. Canada scrambling. There's a chance here, and I thought that was going to be a fantastic D, but the US somehow came up with it.
Looked like it might have been a simultaneous grab, but that'd go to the offense anyway.